Hey guys, it's Tuesday. And yesterday I was watching a video. I can't totally remember her last name, but her name is Christina. And she did a Pan That palette. And I thought about the same thing. But I'm not going to do Pan That palette. I have 12 palettes here that I'm going to pick one palette that's going to stay in Shop My Stash for the rest of this month, and then next month I'll pick another one. I've done this once before, but I'm only doing palettes that have been panned already, and that has shades already been used up. So that way I get these palettes used up, because at the end of the year these palettes are going bye-bye to the trash. And if I buy any new palettes, they'll go over here. If you see the white container behind me, they'll go in my backup drawer for next year, and I will bring them out in the month of December to talk about new palettes that I have or whatever I get as well. So, but before we get into this, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, get on here and talk about what happened to the doctor yesterday. Everything went good, everything's good. I am going to the doctor's on the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, which is actually on a Tuesday. So, for that video, you'll be what I got for Valentine's. I know I told my husband I wanted to get the camera, but if we can't, and I will talk to him later about it, if we can't get the camera, there is some other things that I do want that I will ask my husband to get, and I will get it at Walgreens. And I will talk to him about that. I'm just waiting for Walgreens to call me about my medicine, so I can go pick up my medication. So, for instance, palettes like this one. I'll start off with these palettes. This is the LA Color Shimmer palette. This is going to be in this video as well. This is already in Shop My Stash, but that's what it looks like. I already got one shade pan, so I could have them all panned, by the end of the year. Who knows? Put my glasses on so I can read some of this stuff. I can read without them, but I'd rather have them on. I've had this one a long time. I had this palette ever since I had my makeup and office downstairs. I loved that room as my office and my makeup room. I really do. Now I won't step foot in that room with a 10-foot pole because there was mold on the wall and it is nasty looking. But this is Not a Basic Peach by Wet n Wild. I did pan one shade. I remember buying this palette actually this month for Valentine's Day. I bought it. And we went out to dinner for Valentine's Day. And there it is. And I literally did use that shade on Valentine's Day. Another palette is one of my favorite palettes. And I'm actually thinking for my birthday this coming year, I know it's not until October, getting my husband to buy me this palette again. I mean, it's not bad or nothing, but as you can tell, those are the two shades that's already panned in this palette. I don't know if you can see the yellow. A little bit. I love that palette so much. That's one of my favorite palettes. I think that palette was like $10, something like that. This one's on Amazon. I bought this one off of Amazon for $4 and something. I love it. That shade panned, of course. This shade right here is getting hard panned. So, I gotta figure out. And then I've got three of my Juvia's Place palettes. I know I love Juvia's Place. I got 3 of my Juvia's Place palettes going into this video as well, and having one to be put. This one is Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian Royal. And as you can see where the glitter shade has been panned, that could be for this video. Should I show you that? And I don't like glitter shades, but that one's only panned. And I've been using that one. Oh my god, I have used it. I don't always use it on my eyes. I have put a little on the end of my nose just to play around, and I've done a little on my cheeks to play around, and I sprinkled a little on my Dolce. give you a sneak peek for those that are new to my channel. This is my little girl Chica. Her name is Chica Maya Green. And she's my little girl. I cannot have no more children. Don't want no more kids. I got a grandson. That's good enough for me. This one is the Hyper D by Juvia's Place. Another really good palette. And this shade is panned. So it's perfect. I like this. I like this palette. This palette is beautiful. I like the way they put the orange with the blue. It works wonders. Kind of reminds me of mac and cheese from New Kids on the Block. Joe is blue. And Donnie is orange. Good one. Then I have the Juvia's Place, the Masquerade Mini. And in this palette, you can tell one shade I finished off. So it's kind of a good one. I keep sitting here saying, what? Now I do have a Juvia's Place palette that is going to be in Shop My Stash. My next Shop My Stash. But this palette will stay for the rest of the month of February, and then come the first Shop My Stash that I do in the month of March, we'll have a new palette to choose from, and you'll get to see, like, if it was this palette, then I will talk about the shades I pinned and the shades I used, but I will try to find another palette to match some of these shades so I don't look like Avon. Yeah. And then I love my Ciate London palette. Oh my god. This is gorgeous. I have panned a shade. Hold on a second. No. Okay. I thought I panned two shades. I panned a shade and finished off the shade, and you can see what shade was panned and what shade is finished off. So I'm sitting here wondering, what palette do I... There's two palettes here that I would love to put in there, and I could do both of them, but I'm not going to. Yes, and one of them is one of my Juvia's Place palettes. Then I have this one I won from last year's Tony XO in the giveaway she did. This is the Elle Tina Merjo 9 palette. And I love this palette. You can see what shade I did pan. That was like my favorite shade in here. When I got this palette, I started using it. And of course, as you notice, that was the first shade I used. And this shade here, if you notice and look at it, it is getting hard pan as well. And so is this blue here. This blue here is getting hard pan. So some of these shades are like really getting hard pan, and I need to start using them. Then I have the Jeffree Star Cosmetic Astronomy palette. I love it. And Military is the shade that I panned. I didn't think Military would be the first shade I panned. To tell you the honest truth, I really thought it was going to be this shade panned first. Charm, but it was Military that was panned first. I love how Jeffree Star did his mirror. Like the packaging around the mirror is so perfect. When this one's done, I keep saying, oh, I'm going to keep it, I'm going to keep it, I'm going to keep it, but I don't know. The last but least is a holy grail. Everybody had to have this palette. I had to have this palette. The day it came out, I wanted to go and buy this palette. I really did. I wanted to go get the palette the day it came out. And the deal is, I could not go get it. I could not go buy that palette. I could not. So I waited and waited and waited. And finally, one year, my husband decided to go buy me the James Charles palette. This palette is I love it. I don't want to get rid of it. But it's starting to kind of smell like motor oil. So I know it's going bad, and it's starting to smell like motor oil. So I'm actually putting this palette in here as well to be chosen. Because I'm literally about to get rid of a lot of these palettes. I want to purchase this palette again. So I'm actually going to look and see if I cannot find this palette again. And see, I'm going to look on Ulta and see if I can find that palette on Ulta and how much it is. Because I may end up asking for this palette again. I know Valentine's Day is coming up. And I did ask my husband for a camera that I didn't get for Christmas. But if not, and he wants to wait on that, I'll wait on the camera. And there is a palette that I want. A couple of palettes. 3 palettes, actually, I would like to have that's at Walgreens. That I've been having my eye on. One is $15. One is $20-something. And I think the other one's like 12. So we'll see. I hope you enjoy this video. So I got the numbers here, 1 through 12. Now, I'm not going to tell you what palette won. You won't know until Shop My Stash. I will know. But you will not know until the next Shop My Stash video because I will be plucking it out and sticking it in there. If it happens to be the James Charles palette, it's not going to be in Shop My Stash drawer. It will still be where I normally keep it. But I will eventually bring it out. So, okay. I have a number picked right here. Let's see. You will have to. Ooh, okay. Now you'll have to wait. Now, okay. If you want to in the comments down below, you can guess the number or the palette. I'll go ahead and tell you the number. The number is number 8. Can you decide what palette is number 8? Until next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time. Bye guys.